O labing makagagahom nga amay namon sa langit, mahinuklugon nga laon nga tagtuga sang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kag duta. Tanda ining imong timawa, kabay ining pag-ampo, magadulot sa amon sang kabuhi nga himaya. Salamat sa mga bugay nga imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi nga ginadulot mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabi na gid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyone ang imo katawhan. Bendisyone ang ila mga palangabuhian. Bendisyone ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyone ang ilang nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsuran. Kabay makalabot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagapadulungan. Kag ila binagid, bendisyone ining isla sang Negros nga amon natawhan. Kinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Ang magiliw kaya sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigdig. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga aki, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sa kita kapamilya, pagbuligay, pagigay, pag-ibog, manapat mag-ari sa ating na probinsya. Magkotod na Negros sakripisyo sa kauswagan ng sikatao. Matutuod na Negros sa ayon, isa katao na magilalang taon. Sa punadang ko ang dating sakripisyo, pagbulikan, paghigain, paghigog mo, dapat maghari. Para sa kauswagan ng sikatao.
Hello, maayong hapon and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Red of Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center, and we are so happy that you decided to join this webinar on NOLITC Esports, How to Start a Campus Gaming Community. This event is presented to you by the province of Negros Occidental through the Office of the Governor and Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center in partnership with AcadArena. We are also thrilled to meet the students' needs and provide a place where all students who like to play games can connect with one another on campus. So let us make this event fun, collaborative, and insightful. If you are with me, kindly comment in the comment section the name of your school and where you're joining us from. We would love to know. NOLIC continues to introduce innovative programs through the strong support of our provincial government. We are recognized nationally as Outstanding Tech for Ed Center by the Department of Information and Communications Technology. We are also 2-star awardee in Contact Center Services NC2, a program by TESDA, and in 2020, we are PhilSecNet awardee by this with Pandemic Resilience Award in support for our teachers and students category. Please let me remind you to fill out the online attendance that will be flashed on your screen right now, or you may also find the link in the comment section. So again, the link to our online attendance will be pinned in the comment section. So we will not be able to catch up with all of your comments. So if you have any questions or clarifications, please post them in the comment section. The moderator will bring them up in the open forum section. So again, you may find the links in the comment section. If you have not seen our previous posts yet, you can always check out our social media accounts. Please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to kickstart today's webinar, let us hear a message from the Vocational School Administrator of NOLITC and NOLITC Tech for Ed Center Manager. Please let us give a generous clap to Dr. Maria Cristina Arbisido.
Mayong hapon sa tanan. I would like to warmly welcome all participants in this first webinar series for Esports Education hosted by NOLITC and AcadArena Technologies. The Office of the Governor through Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center, together with AcadArena, has forged an agreement to collaborate and promote digital literacy, digital citizenship, and innovation. And we intend to reach all public and private schools in our province through Esports Education program. The goal of this program is to empower students and teachers and allow them to collaborate, learn, and develop important skills needed around the growing esports and gaming industry across the globe. The first Panaad Festival Mobile Legends Bangbang online tournament is a pioneering project of NOLITC, AcadArena, and Recticano Esports League. The online games will commence on March 25, and the championship game is on April 19. And the exciting part, the awarding ceremonies will be on April 22 at the Panaad Park Stage in Barangay Mansilingan, Bacolod City. I would like to announce that we had an overwhelming number of participants for this first online tournament. It is record-breaking. 360 teams registered for the competition. I know all of you are excited about joining this competition. However, more than the upcoming games, we would like you to experience every aspect of campus esports and the gaming ecosystem. This webinar is the first part of your journey. Learn from our expert speaker on how to build a good gaming ecosystem in your campus and how to become an esports leader in the future. Again, welcome to this webinar. Knowledge inspires, knowledge cares. Avance, Negrense.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tina, and for the very wonderful announcement that you have just said. So let us give Dr. Tina a virtual heart and virtual clap reaction. I know a lot of you listening with us right now are so much excited for our upcoming events. And at this juncture, to introduce our resource to introduce our resource speaker, let us welcome to our virtual space the NOLITC Esports Lead and Training Coordinator of the Center. Let us welcome on stage Mr. John Parson Hernia. Sir John?
Thank you, Ms. Red. Our expert speaker for today will not only talk about this, but will also guide us on building an opt-in experience within your school campus. Help me in welcoming your resource speaker, the Alliance Program Manager, AcadArena Technologies Incorporated, Kenneth Alog. Thank you, Ms. Red.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Okay. Thank you, Sir John, for that. Hi guys. I'm Ken. I'm the Alliance Program Manager for AcadArena, and I'll be sharing my talk with regards to starting a campus gaming community. So, ayun. I'll give like a brief background uh, of 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 myself, and also paano ba simulan to, kasi sobrang loaded yung question na paano nga ba mag-start ng campus gaming community. So ayun, very nice to be here. Thank you so much to NOLITC for this opportunity, and I'm really excited to share what my experiences, and also the experiences of other student leaders to you guys. So ayun. Ayun. Okay. So I think I will start na I will already start. So ayun, welcome guys once again. I already see comments already. There's a lot of students checking in already. So I hope we'll be able to have like even a discussion, and I think there's an open forum for later. But ayun, I just want to give a brief background of myself. So I'm Ken, or Kellogg. You can call me either one. Sir Ken, Sir Kellogg is fine. I'm the Alliance Program Manager, but before I worked for AcadArena, I was also a student leader back then. Siguro around 2019 ako naging student leader. And I co-founded my own gaming club in my school sa Ateneo. And they're now LG Esports, and they've been around for 3 years already. And I used to just play collegiate League of Legends. Doon ako nagsimula. Nung sophomore ako, second year, doon ko nakita na, ay, meron palang ganito, may collegiate league for League of Legends back then. And ginusto ko talagang maglaro kahit hindi ganun kataas yung rank ko. Pero ayun, buti nakapass ako ng tryouts for that team before. That's me. And later down the line, napag-isipan ko na, there's actually other players in my school that are just much better. They actually can beat me. They can actually have a chance against other schools, and I decided there na it might be better for me to be able to help them have these opportunities and to be able to compete for the school, and to represent the school better. So, ayun, that's me. Just these pictures, it's just a bunch of old AcadArena promotional material. But yeah, that's me. But what I want to share with you guys today, and because this is about starting a campus gaming community, no, I would like to share like my story of paano ba nabuo yung gaming club ko sa school ko before I graduated, and also to share definitely this wouldn't be like of help kasi this would be much of help if I wasn't able to share what the other student leaders have been able to do. So that's also going to be something that I want to share. So yeah. How I started my gaming club, ayun, I used to play Collegiate League of Legends nga. Dati wala pang mga recognized gaming clubs sa mga campus. Siguro kakonti pa lang. And back then, nagpapaalam pa ako sa OSA na, Office of Student Activities. Sir Rem, pwede po bang, paano po ba na magkaroon ako ng official parang endorsement para po magamit po yung pangalan ng school to compete and etc. Tapos siya mismo nagsabi, alam mo Ken, medyo mahirap yan kasi talagang kailangan mo dumaan ng proseso, kailangan medyo matagal para maging recognized student org dun sa school, no? Pero sabi niya, siguro pwede kang pumunta dun sa home department mo. And kasi computer science yung department ko and meron pa silang game design, baka daw pwede dun ko tawag dito, i-propose yung may gaming team, may gaming club to my home department, no. They were very supportive naman, pero yun nga, the pandemic did happen. And hindi kami nagkaroon ng parang formal agreement or anything like that, pero they were like very supportive, my department head and my thesis advisor back then with regards to what I wanted to do for LG Loyola Gaming back then. But of course, like what I said earlier as well, there were better players and I want to give them same opportunities. So I did step down from playing, and I became like the vice president of my club, equivalent nun. And there was also already a gaming club in ADMO at that time, and we just merged together during the pandemic. And we partnered with my home department to help at least get through the restrictions and be able to compete without anyone flagging us or telling us na, ay, bawal yung ginagawa nyo. So ayun, that's how LG started, at least on my end. A lot of the things that I learned now in the workplace, now working for AcadArena, are things na natutuhan ko bilang isang student leader, bilang isang team captain din. And definitely, these are things na if you have your own gaming club in your own campus, matututuhan nyo rin. Pero let's not, okay, I won't fast forward muna to that also. But yeah. But of course, there are different student leader stories that I also want to share with you guys. So these are our current alliance leaders from select schools right now. Kung merong mga ibang alliance leader dyan na nanonood, sorry, hindi ko kayo, malalagay kayo lahat dito dahil 100 plus kayo na student leaders. Actually, times 3 because tatlong alliance leaders per club. But yeah, these are some of the stories I want to share na nag-start, no? That started their own club. So the first one here is Chotaro from XU, from Ateneo de Cagayan, Xavier University, Ateneo de Cagayan. He used to play a lot of League of Legends, well, until now, but he did drop out of school back then, and he actually returned because he really wanted to start his own campus gaming community in XU. So now we have Exceed through him. And they were able to do a lot of events, kahit yung mga ibang departments nakikipartner na kasi nila how to start yung mga tournaments nila. And I was able to recently visit them last February and met all the other alliance leaders din from Mindanao. And I was really able to see like how much they've grown, even if they weren't anong tawag dito, they weren't accredited yet, but we did visit them. We were able to talk to their admin. But yeah, that's their story. Kind of like short sell naman yun, pero he's one of our great student leaders over there. The next one naman is Sean. So from MSU IIT, Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology. So he's the current CEO of Titans Esports, yung club nila doon. And I think their community there started from having like yung Munton student leaders na community for Mobile Legends. And Sean here really want to grow that community, not just for one game, but for every other game na talagang competitive here in the Philippines and for collegiate gaming, no? So ayun, now they're really big. I think they're already celebrating also their third year anniversary. They recently had their recruitment week. I think I have a picture in the next few slides, but that's for them. And they really grown, and ang ganda ng jersey nila. So share ko lang. But ayun, that's Sean. For Lane, she's actually one of our current moderators for our Academy Discord server. Was also one of our Alliance ambassadors. And when I met Lane, it was actually through yung pag-apply lang nila sa AcadArena. But they already had like teams through Adelante Esports. I think Jaguars Esports pa yung tawag sa kanila dati. And yeah, they only joined last May in AcadArena, but they were able to do like so many events from May 2022 to now March 2023. No, and we've seen the growth of their club over at Cebu, sa USJR, and yeah. Also, so for the next few student leaders, then Therese, I think if you guys actually check the AcadArena website right now, there are some snippets from these students. But Therese was one of our student leaders naman that medyo talagang kahit na-meet ko siya, kahit through voice chat or even in real life nung Conquest back then, last July, talagang shy siya. And ngayon sinasabi niya na even through me, sa kanya talaga ako nakaka-relate kay Therese kasi honestly guys, if it weren't for a campus gaming community in my school and starting all that, I wouldn't even be able to speak to you guys today. Sobrang mahiyain akong tao, and I'm glad, someone like Therese na sabi niya shy siya, ngayon nakakapagsalita na siya. She even was invited to a talk in University of San Agustin to share about her own experiences. And yeah, CPU, she's from CPU. They've done a lot of events recently, lalo yung mga advocacy projects. They're really good with that, and they're having like their flagship interdepartmental tournament soon. Tapos may LAN pa yun. So yeah, that's for CPU Golden Lions. So ayun, shoutouts kay Therese. Si Renzel naman here, for the last two people, these are the, for me, medyo interesting or medyo nakaka-relate din ako sa kanila. And like what I said, there are these stories from these different student leaders, and talaga nakaka-relate ako sa kanila because parang same yung naging journey. Pero of course, may mga different nuances, may mga different challenges na pinagdaanan talaga yung mga student leaders na ganito. Pero ayun, very similar siya. So si Renzel naman, we did have yung Alliance City Tour. So we went through like different cities last June 2022. So we went to Manila, Dasmariñas, and Pampanga. And Renzel was the one from TIPQC that was really proactive about, he wants to start his own gaming community in TIPQC. And talagang nagulat ako na kakastart, saktong a month after we had like our 101 classes with regards to League Ops 101, community building, ready na kaagad yung club nila. And they were able to host one of our sponsorship activations partnered with PUBG Mobile, and they were able to get the most signups, then talaga yung pinaka-bongga na activation. So, ayun, shout out to Renzel. And last but not the least, si Chris from Ateneo Dinaga naman. He's a Valorant player. When I met him through a Discord ticket na nag-apply sa Alliance, talagang tinatanong niya sa akin, Kuya Ken, paano po ba gumawa ng campus community? Paano po ba gumawa ng org? And talaga dito nakita ko yung start to finish yung effort niya. Napabalik-balik sa OSA, kinakausap yung admin, paano ba mag-start, paano ba i-register yung org nila. Pero yun, siya talaga porsigidong team captain, Valorant player na gustong mag-compete. No? So yeah, that's Chris in a nutshell. Now, Golden Galleons is a really big org, and they were able, Chris himself here, siya yung nag-organize nung anniversary mix ng AcadArena last February then. So ayun, those are just some of the stories that I would like to that I wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, the top left, that's MSU IIT. That's during their, if I'm not mistaken, this is like their org week. They had some mini games, some tournaments, and recruitment week here. So that's them. The one on the top right is TIPQC. So ito yung PUBG PUBG activation. Tapos bumisita yung country manager ng Tencent here as well. The one in the bottom left is XU Exceed. Ayan sila. Na di ko alam kung yun yung post nila, pero that's them. I think nabanggit din sa akin, that was their first time na magkakasama silang lahat. Kasi of course, a lot of these gaming clubs were built during the pandemic kasi noong 2020 nagsimula yung alliance program ng AcadArena. So back then from 10 clubs naging 100 plus 120 plus na tayo. So yun, and the one on the bottom right naman is, I think this is the Iloilo anniversary mixer. So CPU USA, West Visayas State University, they all gathered to celebrate yung mixer nung anniversary ng AcadArena. So yeah, that's them. Ayun. But of course, there's also different student leader stories that I want to also highlight and give a shout out to, of course, from Negros, right? So, Recticano Esports League. So, for you guys who will be competing doon sa Panaad Festival MLBB tournament, they will be the ones to handle league operations and the broadcast of the finals. And I've seen the growth of Recticano Esports League. Even before nung student leader pa lang ako, medyo technically kahit kabatchmate ko si Trolls Jareta, yung co-founder nila along with AJ here, and the two most recent officers nila na lagi ko nakaka-interact, si Maki and Isaiah. They will be the ones to really spearhead the tournament. They've done a lot of events, and they're actually like super. Their growth is so huge na they'll be the ones handling like a very big tournament with NOLITC. The other naman, a long-time member of the Alliance as well. So, itong dalawang club na to, they were a part of the AcadArena since 2021. Is Mustang Esports naman from STI West Negros. And ito si JD, si Princess Yep, and si Yuki. Talagang palaban yung mga teams ng Mustang Esports. So, yeah, just wanted to share these guys because they have been part of the system for a long time. And if you guys want to check out what they've been doing, madami talaga. Marami na silang mga events. Aside from just competing in Alliance games, yung mga tournament namin, they definitely are really great examples for a campus gaming community. So, yun. But yeah. So yeah, that's them. If you can see, that's STI West Negros on the top left. That's Recticano on the right side as well. And I think this is Mustang Esports' recruitment week. So yeah, these are their events. Just a picture of course, yung mga officers nila. But yeah. So ayun. Ano nga ba yung nagagawa ng mga campus gaming community, right? What are the possibilities? So, ang gusto ko i-share dito sa mga picture na to, the one at the top left is also another PUBG mobile activation. Definitely like on-site events in your campuses, they are definitely possible to do, and in partnership with us or maybe even with other sponsors, no? You could do leadership seminars for your members, invite speakers, invite industry experts to be able to give a talk to your school. Ito, I think, welcoming General Assembly ng Recticano tong picture na to. And you can see how much they've grown na from a pandemic club, tapos ngayon pag nag-onsite, nagugulat ka na lang, ay, ang dami pala namin. No, yung mga ganon. For this one, this is FU Manila's Recruitment Week. Ang daming nag-cosplay on their end, kaya gusto ko to i-highlight. The one on the bottom left naman is De La Salle Ignis sa Lipa. This is their flagship project. So, merong concert doon, and also for them, they were the ones who handled like their on-site tournament naman, yung Fuego League. The one here, the next one is a welcoming week. So definitely, if these are events that ginagawa na sa school nyo, pwede nyo siya lagyan ng gaming twist. And for this one, this is Tele Tigers Esports Club and Tomasan Gaming Society for UST. So ayun, may dalawang generation pa nga ng jersey dyan. And for your UPD Oblation Esports, this is like on stage during Conquest. So last year, of course, may LAN na yung Conquest ulit. The LAN of Alliance Games was held here. May awarding ceremony pa. And of course, we're gonna have the same thing this year in Conquest also. So yeah. And the last one is the recruitment week of Mustang Esports. Nakita mo naman namin nakapila. So definitely, these clubs, as long as there's like a club in a campus, people, mga fellow gamers, they will definitely come. So yun, those are just some of the events that are definitely possible to be done in gaming clubs, right? So ayun. Just for this one, just a brief history also. So like what I said, the Alliance program did start nung pandemic. And etong picture na to sa top left, ito yung first time nagkita-kita yung mga student leader from different schools. And dahil 2021 pa, medyo strict pa yung sa pandemic, nagulat kami, wow, ganito pala karaming tao na, and they were able to meet each other for the first time. Oh wait, totoong tao ka pala, hindi lang Facebook. Hindi lang siya sa Facebook Messenger, sa Discord. And it was really heartwarming to see everyone in one room at that time. But of course, yun nga, at least okay na, mas open na yung hindi na masyadong malala yung pandemic. Of course, yung COVID, we were able to celebrate yung anniversary mixers ng AcadArena in person. So these are just pictures from there in different areas. So one in Cebu, one in Naga, and one in Mindanao that I was fortunately able to visit. It was the first time I was able to meet a lot of students, our student leaders from Mindanao, all in one place. Ang nawawala dito is actually yung pictures from the Bacolod one, but I think I put it somewhere. But ayun, these are our student leaders, and I just wanted to highlight like how much hard work they've done over the past few years, and kahit yung mga bago, right? And maybe hopefully the people that are here, you'll be able to join these sort of events later down in the future. But yeah, I want to get on to the part wherein we talk about how do you start a gaming club, right? And how would you describe yung gaming community nyo in your campus, right? Usually, kapag nagsa-start talaga yung isang club, hindi naman, usually it starts with a team, hindi lang siya out of nowhere na, okay, parang cool naman na may ganito. Before, kapag inisip yon parang hindi pa siya common, di ba? Pero ngayon, marami nang pwedeng tingnan na inspiration from other clubs, from other schools. But kahit focus nyo lang muna yung sa sarili nyo, ano ba yung gusto nyong magawa sa campus nyo para hindi kayo ma-overwhelm. Right? So for us, we do have like guides on how to start your club. So I will share just some excerpts on possibly how to start your gaming club. Depending din to sa mga setup nyo in your campus, paano ba siya nire-recognize ng admin, for example. But for us, ito yung pinaka-basic na description. So usually, you are already a group of friends who share the same passion for video games. You engage in any video game-related activity. So playing together, pag-RG nyo sa MLBB, sa COD-M, or whatnot, rank compet sa Valo, organizing tournaments. You may already do this kahit maybe outside of your school, or sumasali kayo ng mga tournament. And of course, fostering the gaming culture by building a community. And by building a community, this is you together with other like-minded people na talagang gamers. And of course, kahit anong game pa nilalaro mo, gamer ka. Candy Crush, ML, whatever mobile game, whatever PC game, whatever console game, right? As long as you're playing a game, you are a gamer. Hindi lang, hindi, nag-Mobile Legends lang ako, hindi ako gamer. ML lang kasi nilalaro ko. Gamer ka na rin. Okay. There will be maraming mga fellow other students siguro na nag-ML din sila. You have something in common, and gaming talaga it's a great equalizer regardless of ano ka, right? So ayun. And for this one, ito yung gusto ko namin itanong for mga applicants for us sa Alliance. Yung paggawa ba ng gaming club, ito ba yung parang gusto mong gawin sa campus mo? So if the answer is yes, of course, listen to the next few things that I'll share. If it's something na just one of these things, it's definitely something that you can still do, right? Di naman kailangan lahat ng sinabi ko na nakalagay dito is something that you'll always do, because of course as students you'll still be focusing on your studies. This is something that you do on the side as well. You don't have to, wag naman biglain na, gusto namin gawin ito, kaagad, right? So we can start always from the basics, and also just start off with your gaming clubs kung wala pa. If meron na, rekta pwede na mag-apply also to AcadArena, the AcadArena Alliance program. But of course, to help you guys out on how to start your club, we can start with this, right? So if this is something, etong description na to applies to you, look no further. So, ayun. So, what do you learn from being part of a gaming club? Ito yung talagang pinapakita namin to our network, but also if people ask kung may nagtatanong man, ano ba yung dinudulit niyan? Kung nasa gaming club ka, puro laro lang naman yan eh. 'Di ba? But definitely that's not the case. I would like to share siguro from my perspective then, and I guess my experience from before, definitely you do learn soft skills and hard skills. So just to define, yung hard skills yun yung mga knowledge and abilities na ginagawa niyo. So for example here is event creation, pag-develop mga players, pag-design ng mga posters for example, pag video production, and pag-market ng club nyo. Right? These are things that you learn and apply through experience. And ayun. For soft skills naman, ito yung mga personal qualities nyo. Ito yung paano ba yung how will you be able to interact with other people, and etc. Right? So of course, ako for me, as part of a gaming club before, these are the soft skills that I learned. Right? Talagang ako curious ako kung ano ba yung mga ginagawa ng mga gaming club, not just here in the Philippines, but I was fortunate enough to may ma-share sa akin dati yung, well, bosses ko na now from Twitch student. Curious ako, ano bang ginagawa nila sa US na gaming clubs? Ano ba yung ginagawa ng ibang schools? Kailangan ko ba silang unahan to do something? No, I get curious. And of course, I want to learn from others. And paano ba gumawa ng maayos na gaming club? Paano ba magkaroon ng trabaho from this? And definitely laging open ears to learn from others, right? Not just from mentors, not just from teachers, but also industry professionals. And how do you grow as a young student turning into a professional, right? And of course, problem solving for the college students there, yung mga part ng mga student council or something. Alam niyo naman nagkaka-problem with making projects, college drama, or etc. Right? So definitely, you have to be creative and do some research on how can you solve different problems, not just literal math problem solving, right? But real life applications with projects, right? And of course, work ethic is something that you will definitely learn from the events that you'll make, and managing a really huge community. Ano ba yung mga events na gagawin mo for your campus gaming community, and of course talagang gusto mo maganda yan, so attention to detail is there. Make sure na everyone adheres to the rules, and talagang perseverance. That's something that's you get to learn by being part of a gaming club. And of course, applying this, yung teamwork, hindi lang yan sa laro. For me, I guess natutuhan ko siya sa laro kasi I used to play. Talagang definitely, pagka sa league, kailangan 5 tao, you guys are all on the same page. Pareho yung mga strategy na gusto nyong ilagay, kailangan yung mga picks nyo, na pagplanuhan nyo, for example. And of course, ayun, for a game, right? So kahit just from a game, you guys are able to learn from that. Nothing different from actual sports. Physical sports. I'm not saying that esports is not a sport, right? Not different. So may nagtanong na, of course, na mga teacher, ano esports, hindi naman yan sport. No, it's definitely, these are things that you learn. So paglalaro ng ML sa RG, kung maayos ko nagko-communicate, hindi siya toxic, right? That's definitely teamwork, and you're learning how to work with other people just for that quick mga 15 to 20 minutes, 'di ba? And yeah, but of course, from a student leader perspective, being able to mobilize your officers on what to do, managing them, and letting them know, ito yung kailangan natin gawin for this week, ito yung kailangan natin matapos for this event, and etc. Right? Definitely, that's something. And of course, conflict resolution comes with that. Effectively communicating with your officers, making sure na yung mga gaps in communication, something na pwede nyo mapapag-usapan para walang miscommunication, walang ma-misunderstand, for example. Working under pressure, a lot of, kunwari, pagsasubmit pa lang ng papers or documents for a club, you already work under pressure, right? And also for events. And talagang pagsasabay nyo pa also with your your studies, that is a challenge and that is a skill na that is definitely learned. Yung time management, very important. Regardless if you're a student leader or you're a player, time management is very important. Of course, kunwari may exam for compared to for a player, right? Kailangan matimingan niyo yung kailan kayo mag-aaral para sabay-sabay kayo mag-scrim, magpa-practice, ganun. Then for a student leader, of course, may mga deadline, may mga org work na kailangan kayong i-manage, but also be able to submit your schoolworks on time and be able to study, right? Of course, strategic thinking, a lot of a lot of activities, of course, in a school. These are things that may need anong tawag dito, may need approvals and all that. You need to be adaptable with like time constraints, ano yung mga pwede lang gawin inside your campus, and etc. Right? So these are things that you learn just by being part of a gaming club. And ayun, I could say at least mga 4 out of 5 I was able to learn from these, from the soft skills that I learned. Sorry, 4 out of 4 for the things I learned, and can definitely say that these are things that are being applied by our current alliance leaders also. So ayun. But I also want to share, like for each gaming club, may iba-iba namang ano yan, specialty also. For example, TUP from TUP Manila, TUP Gear has a really good broadcast team. LG as well. But of course, there are other orgs that have their own specialty, right? For those two orgs, talagang broadcast. Sila yung ina-outsource to create streams for certain things, not just tournaments, even mga webinar, seminar, sila yung pinupuntahan. And there are other clubs that really specialize in community events. Laging parang every 3 months, meron silang on-site activity na kahit fresh out of the pandemic, ready na sila and talagang gamay na nila magpa-event na in person, no? So may mga ganong differences yung mga certain clubs, so depende talaga yun sa school nyo ano yung pwede, and also depending on yung mga officers na talagang kasama doon. So ayun. I guess one question na lang is how do you start? How do you start a gaming club? Right? So this list is meant for students that baka hindi pa nila talaga alam kung ano yung paano magsimula, or isa pa lang sila ngayon, or baka mamaya team pa lang kayo ng ML na 5 from one school. Of course, you start with your group of friends. For me, I started with my group of friends. Group of friends, the ones I played League of Legends with, na pag-isipan namin na okay, parang dapat meron tayong gaming club, right? Find schoolmates who play your favorite game, tapos tuloy-tuloy na yan. You find mga naglalaro ng ML, kayo lahat. Tapos mga naglalaro ng Valorant, kayo lahat. Tapos, or COD-M, lahat kayo, sama-sama. Then of course, you combine that into one gaming club. Kasi yun, magko-compete kayo. Merong magko-compete yung mga yun to represent your schools for those different games. Kayo rin sila rin yung makikipaglaro sa isa't isa. Diba? So it's like one big community because you're all gamers, but also like smaller communities also, depending on what are they really interested in, right? So number 1, that's the first thing that you do, and number 2, you should be able to consult with a teacher or professor talaga on how to make an established org in your school. So medyo naka-base tong listahan na to from the steps that I was able to do before. So ako dumiretso ako sa OSA. Pero kung nahihiya kayo, sana naman hindi. Pwede naman kayo lumapit muna sa kaklose nyong teacher, kaklose nyong moderator, advisor, or whoever. Because sila, possible, yung maging advisor nyo sa club nyo, sila yung moderator, or they could at least lead you to the people who can help you also. Right? Ano yun? There will be different requirements per school kung ano yung mga papers na kailangan nyo i-fill up. May ibang school din na talagang, siguro naman, for you guys, alam niyo yung mga restrictions for your school directly, ano ba yung mga kailangan gawin. Alam ko rin na for some schools na pwede lang silang maggumawa ng club sa start ng first semester, for example. So maghihintay pa ng August to start your club. But at least here for AcadArena also, those are things that circumstances that we do understand. So pwede kayo mag-apply sa amin as long as pakita nyo sa amin na these are things na you're already working on. no? Kahit in progress pa siya. So kanwari mag-apply kayo ng March ngayon, tapos sasabihin niyo sa amin na, oy, sa ano pa, sa August pa po kasi namin pwede pasa yung papers. We can definitely help you also on how to at least start off your club. Para pagdating ng para accreditation process or parang pag officially recognized, ready na kayo. Right? So yun. Number 3, think about how you want your club to be like. So ito, use your imagination, or at least ano ba yung nakikita nyo from other clubs na gusto nyong gayahin or simulan. Right? Gusto nyo ba magpa-tournament agad pag nag-start kayo ng club? Gusto nyo ba kaagad magpa-webinar? Gusto nyo ba magpa-free play, game night, movie night, watch party? Yung mga ganon, 'di ba? Isipin nyo kung ano yung mga events na pwede nyo gawin, paano ba kayo magko-collaborate together, paano ba yung magiging meetings nyo, kahit yung mga ganun na maliliit na bagay, those are things that you can definitely think about. And that's what's the fun part, at least, right? You're thinking about it, this is ito yung gusto kong mangyari sa campus ko, right? But, ayun, you can at least think of that first. At least it will be fun, and you're able to sort of map out kung ano yung gusto nyong gawin sa campus nyo. But yeah, even if you're not an accredited club yet, you can check with your school admin. Definitely. Ayaw natin ng mga underground events kasi kayo rin yung mapa-flag or pagbabawalan na, ay hindi pwede yan. Kaya mas okay talaga magpaalam muna. And ayun, I think that's just a few steps on how you can start. So ayun. Next, I want to share yung ideal officer core team, parang core team na if you ever do start a gaming club. So, ito yung itong 5 na to, ito yung na-recommend din ng mga current alliance leaders natin on what they think is ideal. Yung mga kailangan talaga na officer, for example, for a club to run smoothly, run properly. So yun, number 1, of course, may president. Siya yung magle-lead ng mga meetings, talagang lead the club and making sure na gumagalaw siya, may nangyayari. To make sure na yung mga officers, other co-officers niya, all of them are able to grow and to be able to mabuild yung culture nila. Ano ba yung, what does their club stand for? Ano ba yung mga traditions ng club also? Ito yung mga kailangan nyo pag-isipan. And of course, manage yung mga general performance ng org and makipag-collaborate with other clubs and of course sponsors. So of course, ito yung basic of basic. Wala pa tayong mga external officers. So siguro kung meron mga dyan na familiar na with student council, ay may externals or everything. This is for talagang kaka-start nyo lang na 5, for example, na 5 officers. Pwede, ito yung recommended. Pero of course, kapag mas malaki na yan, mas marami pang position talaga. Ito, number 2, treasurer secretary. Naka-merge siya right now, pero of course, if you're familiar naman also with yung mga position, usually separate to. But imagine nyo lang na 5 pa lang kayo. This will be the person to manage yung mga club, yung finances nyo as a club, be able to do proper recording of income and expenses, and of course, yung mga records ng mga napag-meetingan nyo, mga minutes ng meeting, mga notes, ano ba yung mga natutuhan nyo from a webinar together, even possible, right? This is done by the treasurer and the secretary. Number 3 is creative head. So, a lot of the clubs that do start, of course, they already market themselves. They have their own logos, they have their own posters. Gusto nilang pakita na, kami yung representative ng school namin. And of course, this can't be done without someone heading creatives and making those pub mats, making the design for the club, making it unique, making it your own, right, to represent your school. So a creatives head, definitely very, very recommended to have in your campus. Number 4 is an esports head. So for a lot of these gaming clubs, of course, meron kayong events for your own members in the community, but you will also have an esports head who will be managing your teams na magko-compete outside the campus, right? But also the esports head can be the one to also think of ano yung mga tournaments na gustong gawin inside your campus community. So yun, like what it says here, create and manage gaming adjacent events for your club, be able to build, grow and maintain yung esports program of your club. So yung mga pa-tournament, yung mga scrims for their players, sila yung magme-maintain nun. And last but not the least, yung community director, of course, siya yung nagme-make sure na talagang may ganap for the community, right? Because of course in a gaming community, in a club, right, merong officers, sila yung bahala to manage the club and manage the events. Merong players na nagko-compete. But of course, there are also the members, right? Members, or at least for the whole entire student body, dahil marami namang gamers for each school. Yung community director yung bahala na, ay, ano bang pwede natin gawin for this week or maybe the next, for the next 2 weeks na gaming related for your campus, right? Siguro, pwede nga, monthly, meron kayong pa-tournament, um, and siguro, pagdating ng suddenly, ano ba yung mga, next World Championship ng ML, manood kayo ng Valorant, for example, gawa kayo ng watch party, kung magko-compete yung team nyo in a tournament for collegiate, panoorin nyo together, you support it as together from your school, right? Those are just some of these things that you could do. So ayun, we also do have these alliance guides. We'll probably leave this link also for you guys in the end. But this is the guides link. So we've created guides to help budding clubs and teams to grow and solidify yourselves as sustainable clubs with a purpose, right? So yung first chapter and second chapter are already out for public viewing. This was made together with some of our alliance leaders kung ano ba yung mga, siguro, mga minimum requirements to be able to start your club, and just a bit about a bunch of tips to help you develop your club kung wala pa. But if ever you already have a club, these are things na you can also check. Medyo align ba siya dito? How can we improve also? So ayun, these are public resources, and definitely this is available to anyone who wants to make a gaming club. And ayun. So yeah, I just want to also share with regards to AcadArena and what we do. So ito yung part ng lahat, no, yung alliance program. So every single club that we did share to you is currently part of the alliance program, and we do invite everyone who's currently listening here to also join the alliance program. And if you need help to start and build your club, this is where you can contact us, and we can help you start your club, right? So yeah, yung alliance, pag sinabi namin alliance, ito yung National Student Network ng AcadArena. You guys can join and connect with other student leaders from around the country. So ayun na nga, 120 plus, and if you guys join, you guys will have access to talking to all the other student leaders across the Philippines. And of course, ang goal namin is to empower yung mga student clubs to provide a platform for their community to meet one another, meet people from other schools, meet people from the same area who are really into gaming, be able to compete in competitions, and to engage and rally yung mga communities nyo. So, ayun. We also provide sponsorships and buffs. I'll get to that later. Direct access to experts if you guys want to have a webinar or gusto nyo magpa-consult ng paano ba namin gagawin to in our campus, etc. And of course, we do have our gamified systems to make sure na you guys are able to progress and to develop your club. Right. So itong alliance, ito yung first support system here in the Philippines that help seed and develop gaming clubs starting from 10 in 2020. And ayun, 2023, hopefully you guys can join us also. And now, last year we also expanded to Brazil. So maybe later you guys can meet also our student leaders from BR, from Brazil. No, but that's the alliance in a nutshell. And of course, if you guys have your own gaming clubs already, meron na kayong mga sariling event nyo sa mga schools nyo, or gusto nyo sabihin sa admin nyo na, si AcadArena, they do give event and club support. So yung mga sponsorships, we're dedicated to assist yung mga partner clubs namin to shape your own campus gaming experience that's tailor-fit to your own school. Meron kaming iba't ibang types of support, prize pool support, pang-decor, pang-webinar, pag on-site event. These are all sponsorships that we could provide to our partner clubs. And of course, may mga tinatawag kaming buffs, and we want to reward our very active clubs and student leaders. So ayun, our packages are very flexible, and we can help you guys depending on ano yung kailangan nyo for your event. And of course, through these events that you do, we want to upscale yung mga student leaders, be able to work with global brands depending on what's available na campaign on that given period, and of course, gifts and subsidies for our dedicated leaders. So, ayun. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys need help, feel free to reach out to us through alliance@acadarena.com. So just one email away, and my entire team will be able to see your email and will be able to reply to you. But just as I guess a quick reminder for everyone here, and how to start your campus gaming community. Number one, find friends and volunteers. I always remember what my department head shared to me back then. I think it really came yung quote. It really came from a movie na build this and they will come, right? And if you build your own gaming club, pag nakita yan ng ibang estudyante, they will definitely join. And nung pinakita ko kasi sa kanya to at that time, marami nang ginagawa from other companies na with regards to gaming already. Like Garena before, they already had their collegiate league. Meron ng, back then, 2019 pa lang, may AcadArena events na rin. Nakita naman niya na, nangyayari na pala to eh. Kailangan nilang pala gumawa ng club para makasali yung mga students from our school. Right? And definitely, I would not have been able to go where I am today without the help of my friends and org mates to establish a club, be able to grow and be able to grow with them, learn these different skills in these gaming clubs through my gaming club, and being able to tawag dito, interact with other members from different schools, right? Kung hindi dahil sa gaming, siguro na-stuck lang ako dun sa nakikipag-usap sa mga fellow schoolmates ko. But because of gaming, I was able to talk from and also even fight, practice against and compete with other schools from across the Philippines, right? And of course, always think about of what kind of group do you want to make. Do you want to focus on competing only? Is having monthly events for all gamers in your campus something important to you? These are things that you can think about first para lang hindi kayo ma-overwhelm. Kasi of course, a gaming club talagang malaki na parang big project yan. And of course, no pressure. Do what you can first. If you really need help, you can ask us on how to start your club. A lot of the clubs na shinare ko yung mga stories, matagal na sila, mga 1 to 2 years siguro. Or magwa 1 year, mga 10 months to ganun. Some already celebrated the 3rd year anniversary. Hindi naman ganun ka siya katagal kasi medyo fresh pa rin yung mga gaming clubs. But of course, take baby steps. You'll be surprised with the progress that your club that you will build will take na progress, right? Within just a few months. Marami na kayong biglang members. Funnily enough, I think may no-on board kami last Wednesday na club, and kakagawa lang nila ng club for 2 weeks, and from 1 member, 20 members, tapos sabi nila parang 50 na ata sila from within 3 days, right? And ayun, very interesting na pwedeng mangyari. So, with that, I think that ends my talk right now. So thank you so much for listening, everyone. And yeah, I think we have an open forum naman. But yeah, that's my talk, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Sir Ken, for that very insightful discussion on how to start a campus gaming community. While listening to your presentation, I realized that esports or the online gaming community is not too far from other clubs because the values and the kind of students that are in the club are also almost the same. Like you find your friends and you band together in the same passion and the same things that you like doing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So actually, Sir Ken, we have a lot of online participants joining with us today. So while you try to catch some breath, okay, because you just spoke for a very long time, allow me to take this opportunity to make a shout out to our participants who are with us today. For sure, some of these online viewers or participants are also one of the students who have registered in our competition. So shout out to, wow, we have here a YouTube channel joining us today. Shrimp Dumps is here. Shout out to Sir Ray Park as well. Good afternoon. And we have here Joros Garduque. It would be nice as well if they could indicate the name of their school so that we could mention that as well. Good afternoon to Lee Amparo. Thank you for joining us. We also have here present from STI Silay, Julian ng Buhay Mo. Wow. And another viewer from BGNHS. So this is only just an acronym of the school. Hi, Neil John. Thank you for joining us. We also have Wendell Sudoy. Good afternoon. John Axel Sudoy as well. And Sir Ryan Bancolo. Good afternoon, watching from Doña Montserrat Lopez, I believe, Memorial High School. And this is from their moderator together with his 4 teams. Wow. Shout out to Sir Ryan. Thank you for joining us in this webinar. We also have here Karya Libon from ENSH. Thank you. Mark Cullen from BGNHS as well. We also have another one watching from the same school, BGNH, Simon James Junicio. Hello. I believe you are one team. We also have here Ezra Mondragon, Mark Vincent Bayona. Hello there. And Jayron Afsai from BGNHS. A lot of them are here. We have here another one from Doña Montserrat Lopez, Roniel Havilosa. Hello there. And Ryan Fuentes, together with his teammate. Hello there. Okay, who else? Right, and Cedric Muraca Yanson from Vito National High School in Sagay City. So almost our participants are coming from across the province of Negros Occidental. Madam, mga salamat for joining us in this info session. And this is the segment that we now open, or we will now have the segment of our open forum where we will be asking certain questions about how to start an online or a gaming campus community. Are you ready, Sir Ken?
Oh, ready na. Let's go. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone here. Ang dami nung naging
Ang
comments.
dami
Talagang
nila.
shoutouts sa inyo. Thank you so much for listening talaga.
Okay, so on to the first question we have here. Can you tell us how beneficial is the creation of esports community in school?
Okay. How would I answer this? So honestly, right, I think mga esports, if there's an esports community in a school, it's probably exists already. It's just a matter of talagang magkumpol-kumpol kayo, nagsama-sama na kayo. Because for sure a lot of you guys have already been playing siguro ML or whatever game that you guys are already anong tawag dito, are already playing together with your schoolmates, right? Pero of course, like creating the community or the club, or at least making it official, how beneficial can it be? It's like what I said in the talk. You learn your different soft skills and hard skills. Talagang ala mga student council as a student leader, right? But of course, with the use of gaming through your events, right? Yun yung twist doon. How beneficial is it? You do learn those. You learn yung soft skills and yung hard skills. So yung 5 na inano ko, na pinakita ko as well for yung hard skills na learn and applied, when you create events, you learn to be a project manager on how to make sure na everything is always it's on time. The tasks are done. For example, being able to develop your players, making sure na merong strict practice schedule kung nag-ML, to be able to represent your school, and of course learning design, kasi you as a club, kailangan yung i-promote yung sarili nyo. Kami from this high school are the best in ML, for example, or whatever game it is. Production, if kakayanin, right, meron kayo sariling studio team para kapag mag-stream kayo ng game nyo for ML, mag-stream kayo ng tournament nyo, marunong na kayong lahat.
Right.
Diba? Or at least yung dedicated team. And of course, marketing. Marketing yourselves, being loud nga, it's kind of in conjunction with design, right? Yung kung sino man gagawa ng mga logo, ng publication material nyo, and etc. So, of course, it will be beneficial, not just for yourselves, right? You get to develop yourself, but also to your school, because they are able to see na, ito mga estudyante ng school na ito, they are able to learn all this. And paano nila natutuhan yun? It's through their love for games, right?
Yeah.
So, ayun.
That's true. Kasi if you like what you're doing, you will basically also give your time, your effort, and you will help the campus to also progress. And you have also talked about teamwork earlier, diba, Sir Ken? So it will
Yeah.
also create that system where you will work with your other friends and schoolmates.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those are really great benefits of the campus gaming community. Let's proceed to our second question of the day. Do you have to be a gamer to be part of the club? Like me, for instance, I'm not really an online gamer.
Okay, so if you have to be a gamer to be part of the club, so parang ano na to, I don't wanna compare it to a job or something, right? Pero a lot of some of the student leaders that I shared earlier, some of them already had like a background in tawag dito, leading from a student council, for example. They don't recognize themselves or at least identify themselves as gamers. Kasi daw talagang isang game lang nilalaro nila or
Okay.
hindi sila masyadong malaro doon, right? Or at least they've tried playing on their phone, tried playing on their PC or a
Yes.
console. But to answer this question, no, you do not have to be a gamer to be part of the club. But usually naman, if you're working for a gaming club or working with your peers, siguro mapapalaro ka na rin eh.
Yes, yes.
But I would say you don't have to be a gamer if you're interested in learning these hard skills or soft skills, right? You're free to do so. Because as an officer naman, kung yun talaga yung gusto nyo gawin, talagang yung officership work, or working for production, working in design, right? Talagang focus ka, sa'yo
Right.
masaya mag-design lang. For some, just as an example, you don't have to be the gamer. Talagang meron ka lang mga gagawin. But of course, being a gamer is the big plus there because, like what you said, Miss Red, right? What if you're doing what you love? It's something na it doesn't feel like work anymore, but you're
Yes,
learning through
that's
that,
true.
right? So yun yung masasabi ko regarding that.
Correct. And sa isang club naman, yung mga officers and members have different functions. So
Yes.
if hindi ka hardcore gamer, pwede kang maging promotion for promotions and other parts of or roles sa isang club. Yeah, but I play a little bit though.
Yes, exactly.
But
So,
not
Miss
just
Red, you are
hardcore
yes,
gamer.
Miss Red, you're a gamer. See? Hindi mo sasabihin na hindi ka gamer kasi you do play a little bit. You're
Yeah,
already a gamer. Hindi porket lagi ka araw-araw ka naglalaro, 8 hours ka
yes.
lagi naglalaro, yun lang yung gamer, right? As long as you do play for distressing or something, you are
Correct.
technically a gamer, right?
Masaya siya kasi nakakapag ano ka din, it's for an entertainment and divert yung ano mo, yung
Yes.
attention mo from from other
Entertainment and
taxing
social
part
ano
of
siya,
the day.
social thing siya. We're playing with your friends, meeting strangers through it, as long as hindi ka toxic, ganun, right? Ganun naman siya.
Yes, correct. And let's move on to our third question. Okay, so for the third question here, what would you tell people as since you talked about careers earlier as well? We have here one participant who asked about it. What would you tell people considering career related in some way to gaming?
Okay, medyo I would answer this question in a different angle also, no? More of kapag kasi kasama ka sa gaming club, right? May mga different functions nga, parang nasabi ni Miss Red. President ka, ikaw ba yung marketing head, for example, creatives head. Meron ka ng specialty, right?
Yes.
Pero you don't necessarily have to be working in gaming or working in your gaming club even to get a career related to somewhere in gaming. It's a good thing. It's definitely a plus, but that's not the only way. Because what they look to naman in the industry are specialists also for their specific function, right? You could be a marketing head, talagang marketing yung inaral mo all throughout your school, yung course mo and everything. Tapos hindi ka sumali ng gaming club mo, pero dun ka expert, dun ka magkakaroon ng career related somewhere to gaming because that's where you apply, right? But if you are kung yung career mo naman, kanwari, talagang pagiging pro player or something, talagang only a top, small percentage lang will be able to be lucky enough to be able to do that, right? So, what I would say, if you want a career related to somewhere in gaming, definitely join your gaming club or create your own gaming club because definitely these are different skills that you can already learn while you're in school pa lang, right? You don't necessarily have to be in a course that's gaming related. Diba?
Yeah.
Meron kasing different fields. Kung gusto ko lang dito i-flash yung not just play banner na meron dito. For a gaming company, may iba't ibang roles yan. Maraming people in the backstage making 10-person of 10-person finals happen. May stream operator, may broadcast manager, merong general manager for the teams, may mga coaches, um, may mga nag-market nun, may
Yeah.
mga gumawa ng stage nun, for example, mag-design ng kung ano, right? There's definitely a lot of roles. And the best gateway to that is to work and volunteer for your club to be able to
Yeah.
build your club. So, ayun.
Correct. And thank you for that insight, Sir Ken. By the way, how long have you been playing as an online gamer?
So, I started playing online games since, I guess, when I was in grade school. Yung Warcraft 3 pa, yung Dota 1, na ganon. Pero I was able also to start my own community with yung Call of
True.
Duty dati sa
Correct.
console. So, medyo matagal-tagal na rin. I guess half of my 10 plus
Yeah.
years of my life talagang gamer na ako. So, ayun. And I became like a competitive collegiate player, and dun ko
Yeah.
medyo nag-iba rin yung ano tawag doon, meaning ng games for me, because it did become sort of stressful also. So for you like aspiring yun nga, gaming mga esports athletes, right, for your school, this is
Yeah.
it's definitely not a joke, right? Because talagang it really takes mental fortitude, talagang yung stamina also to be able to play for a long time, because there are other people who will be playing for a really long time also, kaya kailangan ng tapatan. But of course, take care of yourself also.
Correct. And you have also started your own gaming club and volunteered for such, right? And our last question probably right here, what are the benefits of playing online games? Especially that we are also, a lot of students are listening to us right now as well. So maybe you could give us some insights about this one.
Okay, so what are the benefits of playing online games? I definitely used online games to be able to socialize with other people, be able to learn how to communicate. Kasi talagang mahihain akong bata dati, talagang suplado or something. Talagang parang katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, it's very hard to even be able to talk right now if it weren't for games. So number one, I would say pinaka-highlight ko talaga for online is be able to communicate. Only online games could do that. If it were a single player game, of course nothing wrong with that. It's something that you enjoy with story-based things, story-based games. Yung online games talaga may difference na may communication ka. Okay, pag-usap ka sa teammates mo on what to do, be able to make split-second decisions depending on what game you're playing, right? So I would say number one talaga yung learning the communication. Everything else comes second after that. Yung skill mo talaga, and being able to practice and being able to stick to a practice schedule, for example. But online games, I would say it's the communication aspect. Being able to socialize talaga with your friends to distress.
Right.
That would be the benefits of playing talaga mismo. So ayun.
Yes. And how about for some of our audience for today are also teachers and moderators. So what could be the benefit as well for this club to our moderators?
Of course, for our moderators and teachers, even I myself, I really want to just get out of my comfort zone also to play other games that I've never played before. Pero kung gusto, if to, anong tawag dito, to relate to students and other, to the next generation, they have their own games na rin. So if you play that, it's something that you're able to bond over, right? That's number one. And number two, like learning the games themselves is really like a gateway for being for digital literacy, I would say, because if you look at Mobile Legends, for example, you look over an ability, you'd have to just hold it on your phone and you're able to read ano ba yung description ng ability, ano bang ginagawa nun. So you need to be able to learn and be able to read through that. Ay, ito pala yung ginagawa ng ability, ito pala yun, ito pala yung full extent ng ability, para alam ko I can use it to its maximum potential, for example, right? And of course, just learning ano ba ginagawa ng hero na to without just watching, right? You'll also be able to look how much damage does this do, paano ba to i-combo, for example. That definitely takes reading. And of course, through that, people are getting better at just, reading and learning through games. And hindi nila nahalata yun kasi naglalaro sila. Gusto lang nila maging magaling, for example. But hindi nila napapansin, ay, mas magaling na ako magbasa, for example. So, yeah.
Yes. Correct. And a lot more kasi madami ka ding na-share kanina ng mga benefits of online gaming. So, Thank you for generously answering our questions, Sir Ken. That's the last question for this segment. And before we end our open forum session, do you have any last parting message you would like to share?
Thank you so much to NOLITC for giving me this opportunity to talk. Every single attendant right now, everyone who watched and listened and commented, all across Negros. If you guys need help in building your gaming club, that's what we're here for as AcadArena through the Alliance program. So feel free to, yun nga, sa email yung alliance@acadarena.com if you need to reach out to us. So we're reachable through there or maybe through our own Discord server. Kung gusto niyo talagang gawa ng gaming club, we can also refer you to our Alliance ambassadors to possibly talk to them. Paano ba yung mga experiences nila? Kasi ako yung nagkwento for them today, pero for sure, marami akong hindi na share. Meron silang mga sarili nilang story, and if you want to meet them, we're just one message away.
Yep. So thank you very much, Sir Ken. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give our expert speaker a virtual clap, virtual heart reaction, and let us share what insights as well we have learned in this webinar. You may comment that one in the comment section so that Sir Ken will be able to read your comments and let us help us for let Sir Ken know how grateful you are for attending this webinar. So also comment your comments in the comments section. We would love to read all of your comments. We would like to express our most profound appreciation to our expert speaker, Sir Kenneth Alog, by showing this certificate of appreciation. The province of Negros Occidental and Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center presents this certificate of appreciation to our speaker for sharing his valuable expertise and commendable service extended as a resource speaker in the webinar Starting a Campus Gaming Community, given this 17th day of March 2023 via YouTube and Facebook live stream. Again, let us give Sir Ken a virtual round of applause. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much also.
Yep. Moreover, we also would like to say thank you to our active participants for tuning in up to the end of this session. I also would like to emphasize to kindly provide us your evaluation through the link provided in the comments section. All right. Do this right after the webinar ends or right now. We will be showing you the link to our okay, there you go, to our evaluation right here. So kindly scan the QR code or kindly click the link provided in your description bar. There you have it. So the evaluation site will be open only until 6 o'clock this evening. So don't forget to send us your evaluation. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But before we end this webinar, we also would like to share with you some announcement of our upcoming webinars. Right here on March 24th, this will be on Friday, we will have a webinar on creating a healthy team culture. And on Wednesday, March 29th, another webinar will be shared. This will be about safe spaces on digital world. All right, those are very exciting and again another insightful topics that we would like to share with you and help you on how to build your campus gaming community. See you in the same platform that you are currently using. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar. Please continue to stay safe and take care. NOLITC inspire, NOLITC cares. Avance, Negrense.